Is that correct? Yeah. Okay, thank you, Jill. Yes, we'll call the meeting to order at 10:02. Thank you to the members of Southwest Middlesex Council who have been appointed and volunteered for this quarter revision on the Kelly Drain, and gratitude is extended to both staff. Spriets Associates is acknowledged as well, and we thank those in the drainage area for their interest and presence. As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, we're unable to meet in person. Thus, we are conducting a virtual meeting. I remind all those present that this meeting will be recorded and may be available on the Southwest Middlesex YouTube channel or website. I also would like to thank the committee for allowing me to be your chair. I remind those present that this quarter revision cannot make technical changes to the engineer's report. This conversation is not about engineering, it is about assessment. The court is bound by the Statutory Powers and Procedure Act that clearly defines the purpose of this meeting, and that purpose is to discuss assessment. Brandon, if you would advise the court of your report and its findings, we'd be pleased to have you present it now.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Today we have the Kelly Drain. This is a drain, mainly an enclosure, and it's mainly for one, let's say one family. It's the Webbers. You go through the assessments. That's what we're talking about today. The total cost of the project is in the neighborhood of $205,000. So the vast majority of the assessment is the two Weber properties. There's approximately $13,500 assessed upstream for the enclosure. And that is the cost of 2 cleanouts, and that is spread among everyone in the watershed. The rest of the project is being picked up by Matt Weber and his father. I talked to them this morning. They have no issues with the way it's been assessed. And that's the only person I heard of. He also owns a large number of the upstream properties or rents them. So I've received no feedback from any of the landowners regarding anything, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you, Brandon. If there are any questions from the appellants, they're certainly welcome to ask them now. And that would include members of the Court of Revision as well, any members of council. I'll give you a minute to digest that invitation. Jill, have you received any notifications in regard to the opportunity to withdraw appeals?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to advise the court that there has been no correspondence received in this or objections. So we interpret that as the engineer's report as being acceptable. So I will now adjourn the Court of Revision. The chair will entertain a motion that the assessment is levied by Spriets Associates dated December 21st and adopted by provincial bylaw 2021/24 to pay for drainage work known as the Kelly Drain be confirmed. Is there any member of the court that would entertain that? Court member Carruthers has moved that. Is there a seconder for the member Carruthers? Thank you, Deputy Mayor Wilkins. Members of the court, is there any discussion on the motion that's been presented to the table? Yes, go ahead, Councillor Sholdice.
You're muted. Muted. Sorry about that. I think I was on mute. Can you hear me, Allan?
Yes, I can now. Okay. Yep.
Thank you, Mayor Mayhew. I just wanted to let you know that Councillor Vink just sent me a message saying that he's unable to connect to the meeting right now, just so that you're aware.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mike, for that information. Martin, if you can hear me, we regret that happened, but we know that you're with us in spirit here. Last call for questions. Then I'll call it. Those in favor of the motion as presented? Motion is carried. Thank you, everyone, for your, oh yes, Deputy Mayor Wilkins, I see your hand. Go ahead, Mary Gay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The connection's really bad and it was froze. I was just raising my hand to vote Mayor Mayhew.
Okay, thanks. It's a delay there, Mary Gay. Thank you. It's quite windy out there today, and sometimes that does affect it. Thank you very much, members of council, for joining us today on this Friday morning. We also want to thank staff. Brandon, thank you for your report. We wish those on this drainage watershed good luck and a safe planting season, and we'll say goodbye to you now. Jill, is there any further business that you have before we check out?
Nope,
We've
nothing
covered it
further.
all. And thank you again, Jill.
Thank you.
Good morning. Bye-bye.